Yeah, that looks like, oh my gosh.
It's singed.
Oh.
This kind of goes into the blood and water theme.
Yeah.
So, we're obsessed with Arcane. Basically, Arcane, like, changed our whole lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who have been following us from the very beginning, from our early days, you'll know that Arcane is basically a reason we made our channel.
That's correct.
Goodness
Gracious.
I know. We were really enjoying watching the show. We were talking about it in our home nonstop.
Like, nonstop.
Just, like, coming up with theories and, like, yelling them from one room of the house to the other. Like, do you think Vi meant this when she said this? What about Caitlyn? And behind, let's see which side. Here's Caitlyn. And here's Tiny Vi.
There's Tiny Vi.
Tiny Caitlyn, Tiny Vi.
Yes.
So, we are very obsessed with Arcane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we finished watching the first season, we did on our channel, not too long after, watch the little teaser that they came out with. So we'll have to link that one in the cards. It's been a long time.
Yeah, and then we did have a teaser over the summer too with Jinx. It was very short.
Oh. Oh, yes. Now I remember of her, like, walking.
Yeah. And the creepy music in the background.
And the creepy music. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And, of course, we now all know that Arcane is coming out in 2024, and it looks like it's November. However, we have some news. At time of recording, which was yesterday, which we were doing some other things, but apparently...
It was yesterday as of today recording. Yeah.
So Netflix released a Arcane Season 2 first look. So this is actually 1 minute and 1 second long, so it's probably going to give us some, like, really cool stuff. We haven't watched it yet. We were just kind of like, wait, we're getting some more information?
Right?
This is wonderful. What way to ring in the new year with some information about Arcane Season 2. Because there hasn't really been that much information.
I
know.
know.
When they had their 1 year anniversary, they had some cool music and some cool other stuff, too. But it's like, can we have some more? There's more. And now we're going to have
things
some more.
They had merch released.
They had really cool
music and merch.
Rock Love, I think it was,
Some was
made
cool.
some really cool looking
jewelry. Some was a little scary.
Some of it was really freaky.
And we're like, where TF is the Caitlyn merch?
Yeah, the lack of Caitlyn merch is most disappointing.
Yeah.
For me personally.
Because they had the Vi Gauntlet necklace.
They could have done the Karaman crest.
Yeah.
They could have done a cupcake. They could have
yes,
done a lot, right?
All of that. But we do have a shop, BTW, because after we watched, we were like, where can we get Arcane merch? And a lot of the stuff in there is fan made, so we'll have to link in the description the Arcane section of our shop.
Yeah, we definitely can.
Like I said, a ton of fan made stuff because we're like, where's the Caitlyn merch?
Yeah.
Where's the Kate Vi merch?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this will be really exciting because, you know, we all know that Arcane's coming out this year. And we're just like, okay, when's more information? And then, you know, the other day, hey, here's more information.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're definitely going to be checking this out. And once we watch it, we're going to do a breakdown because, you know, it'll be fun to do a breakdown about this.
Yes.
So we'll watch it fully first.
Yes.
And then we will pause and talk about it. Because, you know, I know, she's like so excited. I'm excited too.
It was so hard to wait. She's like, okay, so there's a season 2 trailer, like a teaser. It's called the first look.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it real? Like, I didn't want to get my hopes up. And then she did some more research. She's like, yeah, it's real. And I was like, okay. We, like, really wanted to watch it. We're like, we need to make a video of it.
We gotta wait.
Have to wait.
Well, there had been some, I think, fan-made stuff over, like, the last year or whatever. And it looked kind of like, oh, but it wasn't actually. Because people do make, like, really cool-looking fan-made stuff. And you're like, watch it. Like, this is official, right? And at the end it says, this is a fan-made. And it's like, bro.
Or in the comments.
Yeah. People will be telling you it's fan-made, too.
This is a really great fan-made. And we're like,
oh. But this is official. This is on the Netflix YouTube channel itself. You all want to check it out as well. But we are ready to go ahead and take a look at the first stuff of 2024 of Arcane Season 2.
Yeah. I'm Jenni.
I'm KB.
And we're going to be watching
Arcane Season 2's first look.
Yeah.
And here we freaking go. Is there subtitles? No, there's not. There shouldn't need to be.
Okay,
this is here. What the actual...
Singed?
Yeah, that looks like... Oh my gosh.
It's singed.
I don't think I've ever seen him without his little thingy over his face.
Oh,
this is creepy. Whoa.
He's like pumping his own blood into this.
I guess that's all he is.
This kind of goes into the blood and water theme.
Yeah.
From season 1.
Oh wait, we saw that locket in the first season.
The locket?
I think he has like a daughter or something. Oh my goodness gracious.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Is that all we got? Okay.
Well, now it's official. They're saying November, so
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so anyway, yeah, this is creepy as heck.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, so obviously he's doing some stuff. Let me just see this one. We've never seen his face before.
Well, this does tell us a lot of information.
Oh, look at his eye. One of his eyes is out of sorts.
Oh.
He's got like tape around his mouth.
Yeah.
And he's pumping his own blood into whatever concoction
Is
he
he doing this
making.
on purpose or is he not? But this does tell us a lot of information about like where season 2 is going. That it's gonna have to do with Singed. That he's doing some creepy experiment.
Well, yeah, and then there's that character that people were talking about that Ware or something. I can't think of the name of it. It's been such a long time.
Warwick?
Warwick. This looks like this could be Warwick.
A lot of people are saying that Warwick is probably Vander's.
Yeah,
who Vander's gonna turn into.
Because Vander had the theme song for Warwick, and we also did see like the arm at the end of season 1. It was just like a fur arm. So this looks like this.
Like, this is claws.
Yeah, look at this. This is intense.
And they did show the claw of what looked like Warwick.
Yeah, so this definitely looks like it could be him.
Yeah.
So Singe essentially is sitting here in this chair.
And that's what he's putting his blood into.
Yep.
It looks
There's
like.
this is this right here. So these are these
Warwick.
containers that he has these hooks up to himself too. So he essentially is bringing Warwick to life. It looks like if this
That's
in fact
not
is Warwick.
creepy at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And there's a light on the back.
Honestly, this is just very ominous and creepy at the same time. I mean, you've got like the dark shadows and everything like this too, and then you've got this eerie green color like everywhere, most like a smoke.
Yeah.
Kind of, and then you've got him just here in this chair, and he's like looks like he's really giving his all to himself because he does not look in a good way at all.
So the colors are very much giving me Zahn. Obviously.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
we see a lot of times these like dark shadows.
Yeah.
With the bright like greens that really are giving like poison.
Yeah, that's what I was like a poison element
vibes,
to it. It does not look like a very. And then so he's essentially giving his life to this, and then
his life force.
Life force. He's got this pocket watch too, or locket or something. And I believe that
you know what I thought it was when I saw it.
What was that?
I thought that it was, and it may well be a locket, but the little monkey symbols.
Oh yeah, we saw this before though. That's why, and I'm pretty sure if I remember, it was a picture because he said he had a daughter too when he was helping Jinx becoming Super Jinx, I guess.
Yeah.
Or rather, what the heck is the name of that stuff? It's been such a long time. Oh man, Shimmer Jinx. Okay. And he said he also had a daughter. So I think that probably has a picture of his daughter.
Do you want to watch that part with it again?
Sure.
Holding that.
It's so creepy.
Running his thumb along it.
And he closes it. And we don't see it. It's definitely a pocket watch. I heard the ticking.
It does seem like, okay, it's
I heard
a
a
pocket
ticking.
watch.
It's a pocket watch with a picture of her.
Okay, got it.
So I wonder what happened to his daughter. But dude, this is creepy.
And maybe that's what brought him to want to maintain and preserve life the way he does.
Yeah, it's possible in his own way. I mean, the fact is that, like, we have never seen him without his masky on his face. So it looks like he's been through some stuff. He looks like he's probably been burned. His eyes kind of out of sorts. I don't know what's up with the tape on his like jaw area. You can see his teeth.
Maybe it's like
never seen that either.
Injuries or
could be
something like that. Like
could be.
After the injuries, he needs that.
He does not look like a good way though. Like he looks like he is not having a good time but he's doing this because he knows he has to do this. So whether he's giving Vander another life, because it very well could be Vander, and I don't know anything about Warwick at all, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of character he is. But yeah, this is crazy. So this is the first thing that we get to see for season 2. I feel like this is appropriate for Halloween time.
Halloween time. You miss Halloween.
Yeah. No, but honestly, like even though this is like very short, it's very powerful in itself because we are seeing we did see Singed a lot in the first season, but I don't think we really saw much focus on him. We did see Singed too when Victor was young. We saw Singed younger.
His face wasn't singed yet then?
It
right?
wasn't.
So that was before.
It was different. He was younger, and he had the axolotl.
Axolotl.
Yeah, so cute. So
but it was like a very big axolotl.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Can we watch it one more time? I want to hear the music.
Sure.
The music is very interesting.
It's creepy. It's a music box.
Yeah, very like something like you said, music box.
Oh, I hear the growl too.
Definitely has to do with like childhood and maybe for his daughter, like the childhood of his daughter.
Yeah.
very creepy juxtaposed with that breathing background sound.
Yeah.
And like the growling-ish sound.
Yeah, which sounds is probably Weirwick.
Wow. And
then here's the clocks.
Was said that we're gonna get more of Vander and Silco's backstory.
Yeah, there's the growling.
The creators did say that we're gonna get more of their backstory.
They definitely
in season
did say
2.
that. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're going to really follow through the story of Warwick, and then also give flashbacks to, because last we knew Silco passed, we think.
Well, he's definitely, there's no doubt about it. Like, that was definitely, I usually say until I see a body, but he was definitely dead.
Okay.
But that's not to say that we won't see flashbacks of him.
Well, I mean, it seemed like Vander was pretty dead. And then here's maybe
but
a version
I kind
of
of feel like we'll see him in a way that how Powder has seen, like, other people in her visions and stuff like that. However, they haven't talked. They've been more of a, like, crazy looking versions of them with like the X's on their faces but no actual voices. It would be interesting to see if one of her hallucinations would turn into a voice vision of him. I don't think we have seen the last of him. I think he's dead, but I think because Silco really was like a father figure to her, and I just feel like we're either going to get, obviously, backstory for sure, which we'll still see him. But I think we might actually get him to be in her mind. Like maybe, she's
a very good point.
Because as we all know, Powder is gone, right? As she said, even if Vi did the worst thing, Powder would never have come back. It's not possible, right? So I still think we might have some childlike of her, but I honestly think we're going to see full force Jinx, especially Shimmer-infused Jinx.
Right.
I mean, when we saw that teaser back in the summertime, I think it was, and we saw like the way she was hunched over in this like bright pink background, and like she looked like she's coming like to Piltover to fight.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's a lot that they're probably going to show us later on. This is really interesting, though, because like we really don't know a whole lot about Singe. We know he had a daughter. Don't know if she's still alive.
Yeah.
Not thinking she is, if he's like holding like this pocket watch. Or maybe because he like does the kind of work he does, he couldn't have her in his life. Like, what's the dealio with his daughter? We really don't know.
Yeah.
But that's why he saved Jinx, because, Silco had been like, he's like, well, I had a daughter once. And I'm like, oh, crap, really? That's huge.
Right? Yeah.
Which seems to be a really big thing for him, obviously.
Yeah.
And now, he's potentially saving Vander/Weirwick in a very interesting way. I wonder if Singe's other experiments, like, does Shimmer came from the axolotl, I thought, but I wonder if Singe also puts his blood into Shimmer, too. There's a lot of things now. I'm kind of like, wait a second.
Wait a second.
Like, all of his experiments, does he put a bit of himself in them?
Huh.
Dude, that would be so bad, though, dude. You're like
kind of creepy.
Yeah, creepy and also not good for you.
Yeah.
But, we most definitely are in a dark time. I mean, Arcane was definitely had a lot going on. It was very, like, fun and also serious, but dark.
Yeah.
Now we're getting more into the dark side of things to see. Yeah. So if we see other experiments with Singe, too, it's like, well, this is very interesting.
Right.
Because he's brilliant.
Yeah.
But obviously he's got his own way of doing things, and he was working for Silco, so I'm just kind of curious as to what else this man has possibly done. Where's his daughter? Why is he, like, in this way with his eye and his face? Because we saw him when he was younger, and he had hair and stuff, and he looked like, he was doing all right back then. But I do know that, like, scientists, like, especially in, shows and movies and stuff like that, they always have, like, that mad scientist kind of situation. So that's what I'm kind of getting from Singed.
Yeah.
But more in that, not laughing like a maniac, just more like, I'm just going to do these crazy things. And people be like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Because didn't gosh, what's the heck is his name? It's been a long time since we watched it. The little cute guy, Heimerdinger. Didn't he also, I think, work with Singed at one point, too? I'm pretty sure. So they like separate, because he's also a singed, right? Heimerdinger is also a scientist.
Yeah, it's interesting, like all the variants of scientists and mechanics, because we have Singed, who is into this kind of like biology /
yeah.
I don't really know what to call it. Chemistry. All of these kind
mad
of
science.
Mad science. Like maintaining life after like severe injuries at the very least.
Yeah, because if we remember Vander, when we last saw him, he was full of shimma. And so he had that he was already a big guy, but he got even bigger. And then he, like, fell, and then it looks like, if you look at the body structure of Weirwick looks very much a bit bigger than Vander. Yeah. So I can definitely see how that, especially because a lot of people had said that, Weirwick's music was playing with Vander. Not lead player, don't really know, but,
It hurts go ahead, finish your
go ahead.
thought. I was gonna say for Vi, who he was just like such a father figure. To see her father figure like turned into, I don't know what he's gonna be like. Apparently,
I don't know. Yeah,
he's like kind of very very different, it seems.
Well, even if we look at him from the game, if we could, some of these characters, Heimerdinger apparently is like a crazy mad scientist in the game. He's just like, I'm gonna do everything.
Yeah.
And this, he's like calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
Unless he eventually turns into that, we don't know.
Well, they did say, like, the creator said that in the first episode, or the first season, that they were becoming closer to their game characters. So they started with something kind of like origin stories.
Okay.
So, I mean, he did travel into Zon, try to explore and expand his horizons, and that in season 2, they're sort of more in the form of their characters, it seems.
Okay.
They've, like, already kind of gotten there.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, but I think it's gonna, I don't know if Vi will find out. I mean, she probably will, because, like, this seems like kind of show that will be like, hey, by the way,
It's gonna hurt.
it's gonna hurt her a lot, because she's been, like, Vander's, like, gone, yeah, it's
Hurting
hurt us.
When we even, like, watch Vi and fight
Jinx
scenes,
be affected?
would be very interesting.
I mean, good question. That.
Good question. But even, like, when we're watching this fight scenes and Vi's in it, I'm like, oh no. And so, like, to think about all these, like, emotional things really hitting Vi, it's just really. Oof.
I wonder too if that musical box music has some kind of significance as well. Like,
I think
Singe
it does.
in the game. I don't even know if Singe is in the game.
I don't know.
But
neither of us play the game.
No.
But I would guess that it has to do with his daughter, because it is like a music box.
It's an eerie one, though. Dude, I want to find out what happened to his daughter so bad. Like, is she alive? Is she not alive? Is she alive, but she couldn't be around them because of his mad science work, you know?
I think we're going to find out this season.
Yeah.
And this is showing us it's going to focus on these, I mean, part of it is going to focus on these characters. And I think the fact that they focus on so many different characters on season 1 is really, like, part of what makes it such a good show. And I think also, like, for the couple of Kate and Vi, a lot of times when we see same-sex couples in major media shows, they're portrayed as side characters. But what I think really works for them in this story is the fact that there really aren't like main character. There isn't a main character. There isn't one main protagonist. It's the story of Piltover and what's going on in Piltover, Zon and what's going on in Zon, and we get to see, like, these different characters. Not one of them is really the main character, so that makes them not necessarily side characters, which I feel is huge for a lesbian couple in a big story like this.
Yeah, and they also do a really good job, you know, because if you think of how many characters have was in season 1, they're introducing more in season 2, and they've all, like, you've seen Jace's story, you've seen Mel's story, you've seen Vi's, you've seen Caitlyn's, you've seen, obviously, Jinx's, you've seen some of Silco, some of Vanda's, you've seen some of Singe with Victor. Like, you see all these different stories, and they work so well together. And for a company that never has made something like this, it's very impressive, and you can see why it took 6 years for them to make this, because, like, okay, these are game characters, how can we make this story, right? So they definitely took their time, and they made it quite a masterpiece, and so far, even though this is creepy as heck, it looks really good. Like, the animation looks really good, the art's really good, it's just very, like, if I didn't know this was Arcane, I'd be like, this is Arcane, right? It totally is, right? Like, if I forgot Singe and stuff like that, you know.
Just the art style itself.
Alone. Yeah, so it's really exciting. Hopefully we'll get more, I'm sure we will, you know, as time comes on, and yeah, dude, this is creepy. Although low-key, if you're, like, into this kind of stuff, this is a pretty decent wallpaper moment. Yeah. Like, for real, like, not for me.
Boom wallpaper. This is every scene.
That's the thing about Arcane. It really is so good at that. Like, you can, like, stop any point, and you're just like, damn, that would make a really good wallpaper.
It's, like, chock full of beautiful art.
It really is. And it's creepy, but it's so pretty in its own creepy way.
Yes.
Yes. This is so effing creepy. You know, it just is, but it's exciting because now we have, you know, more information out of this. And even though it's only a minute long, there's a lot going on here. And that's what I really like about Arcane too, is, like, you can watch any trailer or something that's really short, even, like, the very first teaser, and you're, okay, there's sounds of this, okay, there's voices, okay, there's nothing but, like, the Arcane A, but you can still, like, figure out, okay, this is happening here, this is happening here. They
Everything just like
job.
really means something.
It does. Everything has a reason, and that's why. So it's like, okay, the creepy box music has a reason. Okay, we get that. But yeah, so I was not expecting though Singe to be our first look at Arcane season 2. But you know what?
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for, obviously Caitlyn or Vi or even more Jinx or something else.
Or to find out
Victor.
Any little like hint about what happened with the council.
Oh, they're not gonna do that.
The council, even like
a little hint. They can't do that. That is basically their biggest thing. Okay, and I honestly feel like when season 2 does come out, because coming out this year, that's so wild to say, that they're gonna maybe not even show us. They might just put us in something else. Like they might put us into the past with Vander and with Silco.
That's possible.
And then eventually, like a couple episodes in, then we find out with the council. They could do that.
They like to hurt us so good.
Yeah, they really do like to hurt us so
like
good.
To hurt us so
I mean, I just want to. Yeah, I would like to know the council too, but I feel like maybe towards when it gets closer to that release date, they may or they may not. Right? They're a video game company, and then playing video games for a long time and seeing trailers of stuff, especially with games that have like sequels and stuff like that, you're like, they're not going to until it's closer or at all until the game comes out. Yeah.
Right.
Because that's really big, right? Because everyone wants to know what happened to the council. Because the way season 1 ended was like, wait a second, what? That's where it ends?
Right, yeah.
Anything is possible. I really do hope that Cassandra's alive, obviously. I hope Mel's alive, too. I want to know more about Mel. I know we got some of her backstory, but I kind of feel like we didn't get enough. Like, how does she have this awesome, like, power with, I think it was armor or something she was wearing. Something that she was wearing.
At the very end, even the subtitles went ching!
Ching! Yeah, so what's up with that?
Like, they said chime or something
like that. Yeah, it said chime.
And I'm like, this seems very significant.
Yeah, so I'd like to know more about that. We did see her when she was little and she was trying to have this really awesome-looking girl, like, not get killed. Unfortunately, she died. But yeah, it would be interesting, yes.
By the way, we just saw that her mom was made into a league champion.
Yeah, that's...
So, congrats to her mom, who's a little intense, we'll put it. She's an intense character.
She isn't herself. She's very intense, too. But you know what? That's pretty interesting. That makes me wonder, too, are they going to put other Arcane characters into it?
Right? I wouldn't have thought. We were really looking, especially watching this, which characters were league champions, and which ones weren't. Yeah. And now to see that they made an Arcane champion into a league champion, just really wild, really cool.
Yeah, because they made the skins. I saw that they made the skins of the characters already in the game, but to actually take a character from like, hey, where are you from? And then poof, there you go, you're in a game now.
Yeah.
So possibly they'll put Mel in the game eventually. I mean, I could see them putting some of the other characters too. Yeah, dude, no, I'm excited. Like, I can't wait for more of this. Obviously, it's just like, this is so awesome, even though it's so creepy.
Right.
At least it's a minute and a second long, okay?
Yeah.
I think the last thing was really shorter too, but that's how they get you, right? It's like, here's a teaser, and then you want more, right?
Yeah.
They hook you, and you're like, okay, where's more?
So much more. And also, you want to rewatch season 1 because so much, like, there's just so much to read into, and to go back and be like, wait a second. Like you were saying, like, we didn't see him without his mask like that, and it's like, what did he look like? Oh, where was that scene with like Warwick's claw?
Brown, slick, black back hair when he was younger and everything, and he still had like his like mad face or whatever. But he had both his eyes were normal, his face was normal, and he was just doing some really twisted experiments that we found out. Of course, Arcane's a show though you can like keep on watching it and find new things. I feel like you're like, okay, that happened there. Okay, that's different. That's this too. It's also just a fun watch. It also hurts so bad though.
Yeah,
you need some like chocolate. And some self-care after it, because it's just going into that show, you're just okay, what's gonna happen, especially if you're not a League player like we're not, and I'm like, okay, it's based on a video game, I know what League of Legends is, I've heard of it, but what is this? In the first episode you're like, oh,
blink,
there's fire and like dead people everywhere and this little girl crying and creepy music, and you're like, all right, well, I'm into it now.
Yeah,
don't know where it's going.
Like, I'm in this world now. And we've shared this before, but you were like trying to get me to watch a show. I was resisting at first.
Okay.
You're like, let's just watch a few episodes and see if you like it. And we watched the first episode. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, so in all fairness,
need more.
Like, Jenni always does try things and I'm really into, and I did try to get her to watch something that was Evangelion Rebuild, the new ones, so it's kind of a little interesting to get into. It kind of starts in a way, so I was like, all right, whatever, it's not for her, it's cool, right? Arcane, which obviously is based off a game, and it looked really cool, and I had a couple friends like, you have to watch it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait. And then I was like, okay, let's watch. She said, okay, I'll watch 3 episodes. That's what she said to me. And she's like, if I don't like it after 3 episodes, then you can just binge it. And I'm like, all right. But I was thinking to myself, there's absolutely no way she's not going to like this.
Yeah.
I just had a feeling. And then we're like maybe a minute in and she's like grabbing onto me like, what is this? And I'm like, we're about to find out. And then we just like binge it till like 3 a.m. or something. And then we just were like, what do now? You're like, what do I do now? It's over.
Yeah, what is my life after watching this? Like, I was just, like, in a state. I was, like, so immersed in that world. And I was like, what do now? Like, where does life go after watching this show? And you had gotten on Reddit and saw a post of other people.
A lot of people.
Saying the same kind of thing. Like,
I
just finished Arcane. Like, what do I do now with my life?
Yeah. And we actually watched it when it was already out, too, so we didn't have to wait.
It was all out at the time, yeah.
And the thing about it is that's why you know a story's really good, whether it's a book, whether it's a game, whether it's a show. It's like, when it's over, you're like, what do I do with my life now?
Because you're so immersed in that world.
And honestly...
And then it's over, and you're just like, wait, what? Or for the season, in this case. And you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah. And let's not forget, this came out in 2021.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
So for us, what we did was we started a YouTube channel and started talking about Arcane, and then a bunch of other things that we really like and are big interests of ours. Yeah?
Yeah, because we started our YouTube channel in 2022. It's going to be our 2-year anniversary. Our YouTube channel's coming up soon.
Wow.
Next month.
We'll have to do something.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, so we'll definitely be keeping up on the Arcane 2 stuff for sure. I know there's probably going to be like, interviews and all other kinds of stuff. People will be bothering Amanda Overton, like, hey, what about this? What about that? This. Yeah. I know people are really mad because Caitlyn's going to get a new outfit, which I'm like, yes, best girl. And Vi's not going to. And I'm like, does she really need a new outfit? I mean, you know.
I feel like her outfit now really, like, represents her.
Yeah.
It's like her pants from her prison outfit, which represents the time she spent in prison.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, you all know, for those of you who've been watching us for a while, that my background is in apparel design and I've worked in costuming. So I could break down everything about her costume and what it all says about her, which I've thought about doing before.
Yeah.
But really, like, her pants are from her time as a prisoner. Her jacket is something that she stole, like, you know, half of her face looks like very pretty and has long hair. The other half of her face has scars and tattoos and everything, the shaved head. Like, it's just, like, so her. And I really feel like it's a culmination of her story and her background. It makes up her look that she has now. So I could see them picking a new outfit when she is in a new stage of her life.
Yeah.
And yet, like, Caitlyn... I feel like she's still really finding herself. I mean, she's been through a lot, a big journey, but she's still, like, really finding her place in the world. She's been trying to make it as an enforcer and a lot going on.
What if she's out because her mom is gone and she's mourning? Oh, no. I don't want that to be the case.
Way to kill the mood, babe.
I'm not trying to kill. I know you're not.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm just thinking, like, wait a second. What really big life impact will Caitlyn possibly have? Oh. You know what? Maybe not, though. Maybe she'll just get, like, a new outfit because she's like, you know what? I'm not good. I love her Undercity outfit,
for a new, like, stage of her life.
Yeah, new stage of her life. She's just, she's moving on in a positive way.
And, like, maybe I would like to think that it's something that's maybe more functional, because there she was wearing a dress, right? Her, like, cop uniform was a dress with, like, frilly, and she's trying to do parkour. Not that there's anything wrong with a badass girl cop wearing a dress. Like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Being like, yes, I'm gonna wear a dress and I'm gonna take down the baddies. Like, let's go. But and that's been a pet peeve of mine, is people, like, talking down, like, things about their costumes that are more feminine, or even their lead costumes, comparing the two, and being like, Vi's better now because she looks more masculine. And I'm like, do you see where this is a little bit of a sexist thing to say? I really feel like it is. So in that way, like, I do think that it was really badass for Caitlyn to be like, look, I'm the cop that's willing to go into the Undercity without a mask on, and willing to do these things in a frilly dress. Like, I can do it in the frilly dress.
Yeah.
I think that was really cool. However, I would think it would be interesting to find something that is, like, now that she's maybe learning parkour a little bit from Vi, wants to shift into something that's maybe easier to do those things in. For those kind of situations, I think that it would make sense to have something functional in that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Now I can't get the thought in my head now. Thank, great, wonderful.
Of what? Of her being in mourning. I hope not. We both really like Cassandra.
Yeah, Cassandra's great
as a character.
I'll never forget her with her kicking down the door with the shotgun.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that was a great moment. She does come around.
She does
to support Caitlyn.
She tells her to go with the nod of her head.
She was a sponsor of Jace's work, and Jace was trying to do all this great work, and she was using her finances to help sponsor him. So you can tell that she, even though she's on the council and the council's making a lot of bad decisions, there's a lot that's really good about her and her intentions. She seems very well-meaning, and like she wants what she thinks is the best for Caitlyn.
Right, absolutely.
Which isn't always what Caitlyn wants.
Nope.
But it does seem like she's at least willing to let Caitlyn come and address the council.
Yeah, of
Huge.
course.
Like,
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, all right,
She
I'm
just
open-minded.
Wants to protect her daughter.
Yeah, she does.
It seems like she's holding her back because she's like, I want to go be a cop. And she's like, wouldn't
Have a
you
desk
be
job.
better off behind a desk, sweetie? Like, you'll be nice and safe. You can come home to dinner. Like, that's what she wants for her.
Yeah, but Caitlyn
But at the same time, like, she does seem to respect Caitlyn and the fact that Caitlyn wants something different to an extent.
Yeah.
She just, I think, kind of battling, like, Caitlyn has this vision for herself of what she wants her life to be like and the kind of difference she wants to make. And her mom, of course, being a mom, like, wants to protect her daughter and grew up in a world that was a certain way. And I think that that's why she sometimes, like, even being on the council, is participating in the council and things like that, but might be upholding certain things that are maybe not so great for Zahn.
Yeah.
But I also would think that she, and most of the council, doesn't really know what the F is going on in Zahn. And, I mean, they're kind of battling, like, what was and what has been.
Yeah.
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 Yes. But, yeah, she's a conflicted character. All of these characters are so, like, in morally gray areas, and I think that's what's so beautiful about this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even we get to see Singed. He seems like this, like, really creepy guy, but he's like, oh, I had a daughter. Like, it really humanizes people that you sort of think are villains.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call him a villain per se. I would think he's more antagonistic.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, the true villain was Silco.
Yeah.
Because of what Silco... And even in Silco's own way, he thought he was doing what was best to a very extreme level, though.
And he had a caring side for Jinx.
He did.
Yeah, so we do see, like, even these people who we think of as villains, this caring side to them, where they are trying to protect people they love.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen next. So, yeah. Whew, boy.
We'll be downloading and processing this.
We'll be downloading
first look
and processing
in my brain.
Now
first look. Yeah, now loading.
You just wanted that as your wallpaper, right?
I don't know about that one. I don't think this is the wallpaper that I want. All right, you all. Thanks so much for watching this with us. If you are super excited for season 2 of Arcane, drop a fire emoji in the comment section below. We look forward to connecting with you again soon, and we'll be sending so much love. Till next time.
Laters.